Hi all. So we'll wait for some more time, two more people to join, then we'll start, okay? Am I audible? Hello. Hello. Can anyone reply, please? Okay. Thank you. How many of you were in last class? Okay. Vasu, Kamlesh, only two people. Okay. After 1 minute, we'll start. Yes, let's start. If someone want to join, they can join on the way. So first I will start with again my self introduction. So my name is Harsha Shankar SH. I am basically from Kerala, but now currently I am going to be soon starting my third year of PhD in Department of Biological Science in Indian ISER Berambur. So I am doing my PhD under the guidance of Dr. R. Selvi Bhargavikku in ribonucleoprotein biology lab here. So that's about myself. Um, I I think last week also we get to know the go through the self introductory session of some of you. But by the time in between, we'll come back and you can tell me about yourself also. Where are you from? What you are doing currently? In which university you are doing your MSc or BSc, whatever the degree is. Okay. So only few people are there. So I think we can start with the introduction and then we can go through this. Can you say your name, which university, what course you are doing, which year you are studying? Starting with, let me check alphabetic order. Bisu Khan. Hi Bisu, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you just give the introduction, like where are you from, what you are doing, which year you are studying?
Ma'am, I just completed first year BSc Microbiology and Geology from MLAC, Bangalore.
Okay, fine. Aishu Anish,
Yes, ma'am.
can you please give the introduction?
I'm Aishwarya. My place is Palakkad, Kerala. I'm studying in BSc Chemistry, Nasi College first year.
Okay. Charumati, I guess you gave self-introduction last time also, but yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
there are no people here, so you can give one more time.
My name is A. Charumati. I'm from Tiruchirappalli
Okay,
and I'm studying library information science.
okay. Next is Aishwarya Murugavel. Sorry, is it Ishwarya or Aishwarya? Are you there? Aishwarya. Okay. Kamlesh. You also, I remember last time you gave the introduction, but
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
can you
Yeah,
please?
ma'am, Kamlesh Kumar. I'm from Jharkhand, Bokaro Steel City, Jharkhand.
Okay, okay.
I'm working here as a teacher only.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, sir. Right. Um, Matrudatta Mahali.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Hi, good evening.
My name is Matrota Mahali. I'm from Odisha. Currently, I'm pursuing my master's degree in zoology in Fakrimon University. And right now, I'm in second year.
Maithili. Meenu. Hi, Maithili. Are you there?
Hi, ma'am. I'm Maithili from Tamil Nadu. I have completed my BSc first year.
From which university?
Manamaniam University, ma'am.
Okay. Pavitra. Hi, Pavitra.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
My name is Pavitra and I'm studying chemistry. I'm first year in Mercy College in Palakkad.
Okay, nice. Ravindran M.
Hi, ma'am. This is Ravindran.
Yeah.
Uh, Ravindran from Chennai. Currently, I'm doing my PhD in medical biotechnology from Chettinad Academy.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Sanjana Singh.
Good evening, ma'am. I'm Sanjana Singh. I'm from Bangalore and I'm just completed my first year of BSc. And yeah, I'm from Bangalore University.
Oh, nice. Varshita. Varshita is there?
Hi, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Vasudha, and just completed my first year in geology, and I'm from Karnataka.
Yeah. Vasu Krishna. Vasu, are you there?
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
Hi, ma'am. My name is Vasunati, ma'am.
Okay.
I completed first BSc Biochemistry, ma'am.
From which university? Where are you from?
Manamani University. Tamil Nadu, Kovilpatti.
Okay. Okay, so nice to meet you all. I think more people joined in between. If anyone missed the introduction, just raise their hand and go ahead. Otherwise, we'll start with today's session. Okay, Vaishnavi, carry. Go ahead. You can unmute and okay, she left the meeting. Vaishnavi, are you there? Can you just tell me what you are currently doing, which university in which are currently? Okay, I don't know what happened. Okay, yeah. So let's start today's session. So basically, last week we get to know about the basic introduction, like the level of organization, homeostasis, and all. And we have tried to solve some question also. I hope you have tried attempting assignment session of the last session. This week, the second week, Sir taught us about mm, starting with the integumentary system, then carry ahead it with the skeletal system basic study. So in integumentary system, so I will present the slides, okay? It's visible, right? Is it visible? Screen? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Bisu. So in the first three lectures, we get to know integumentary system. We know like the whatever the thing we spend money on to take care of skin, hair, nails. There are different types of pedicure, manicure, all these things, right? So all these things come under the integumentary system. Then the fourth and fifth lecture were mainly regarding skeletal system, which consists of bone, cartilage, and the framework of skeleton. So we'll go through the recap of each class. Then we'll try to solve some question regarding the related part. Then we'll go ahead with the next part, try to solve the question. So mainly we'll recap first about integumentary system. Then we'll try to solve some question from integumentary system. Then we'll go ahead with the skeletal system. Okay. So in the first lecture, we got to know about skin. We know skin as an organ system and what are the classification of integumentary system, what are the different types of and function of skin, then what are the different layers skin consists of. We only know about our external skin, right? Inside the skin also there are multiple layers, and the skin, the hairs that are coming, seeing on the skin surface are basically uh, developed from the inner layers, right? So generally we can divide our skin into skin, like the layers, into three. Outermost layer, which is the functional protective layer, is the epidermis. Then it comprises of dermis. Then finally the hypodermis, which is also known as subcutaneous tissue. So, and each layer has its own multiple features. Even the layer we are saying, the epidermis, is consist of 5 layers, which we get to know in the second lecture. Then the dermis consists of again 2 sublayers, which is just below epidermis. There is hypodermis. First part is papillary, then reticular layer. Then the inner subcutaneous tissue, there we can see like nerve endings, lot of blood vessels originate from there, but blood vessels also can be seen in the dermis layer. So this was just I was telling about the recap of the first class. Then we get to know in the mainly in the second lecture, it was regarding again the structural details of the skin. So we get to know what are the different 5 layers that are seen in the epidermis. So starting from the base of the epidermis, that layer is called as stratum germinativum. Sir told this name, but it is also known as in one more different name, which is stratum basal. Then above that we can see stratum spinosum. Above spinosum we can see stratum granulosum. Above granulosum we can see stratum lucidum. And finally the upper layer of the epidermis is the stratum corneum. Again, each layer has some specific features. Germinativum or basal stratum consists of keratinocytes and melanocytes. Spinosum consists of keratinocytes, which are held together by a protein called as desmosome. Also, it contains some other specific type of cells called as Langerhans are also present in spinosum. Then stratum granulosum, the third layer from the base, mainly consists of again keratinocyte with granules in them. Then fourth layer is a very thin clear layer. That's why it's a stratum lucidum. It's a thin transparent layer. Then final, the stratum corneum consists of all the corneocytes because this is the outer layer. So this should be enabled in such a way that it should be able to protect us from the abrasion, heat, light, all the pathogens entry and all. Because this is the layer that is facing outside, right? It's external layer. So each layers are specifically designed in such a way that to enable more protection to our body. So then the third lecture was mainly regarding like the other types of integumentary system, which is mainly regarding the structure of hair, what is nail. Then also the interesting point started within that lecture is why we have different skin color, why people in near to equatorial region or facing the sun is black in generally black in color, and the people in polar region close to cold regions mainly have less white in color because are interestingly told the science behind it where the melanocytes are seen in these people. It's mainly in the third layers in Indians and those who are near the facing the sun directly. But in cold region, it's in the inner layers. That's why they are in light in color. Then we also get to know the interesting facts behind its aging, stretch marks, hairs, nails, the structural details, hair consists of what are the different things, everything, right? Yeah. So I was just telling a recap about these three lectures. I hope all of you went through all the 5 lectures. So let's try to start solving some questions. So I will read questions. You guys can type your answers in the chat box. Then we'll discuss each question by question. Then we'll go ahead. Okay. So first question is, the skin is the major organ of the body. All of the following are the function of the skin except A. Temperature regulation, B. Protection, C. Sensation, D. Vitamin B production. Okay, 3 people already answered. 4, 7. Yeah, everyone is. Can I discuss the answer? If someone else needs to write the answer, go ahead, then we'll discuss. Okay, Varshita. Yeah, so let's discuss the answer. So the question is, all the following are the function except. So yes, instead of vitamin B, what is the vitamin should be there? Which vitamin is produced from the skin? Anyone? Yeah, let me see. Okay. Yes, you can say the answer. Now, anyway, we are going to discuss, right? Yeah, vitamin B. Okay, good. So let's discuss the answer. Yes, when exposed to ultraviolet light, the skin has the ability of producing a molecule which is calcitron. We get to know that in the class are detailedly explained that which can be converted to produce vitamin D. So whenever exposure to ultraviolet light, skin can produce vitamin D. Then the first option was body temperature. Yes, skin has the power of regulating the body temperature by controlling the blood flow through the skin and the activity of sweat gland, right? Whenever the last class, especially we have discussed a lot about temperature regulation and negative feedback mechanism and all. So the one essential thing that was happening there was producing sweat. So skin has sweat gland, that's why it able to cope up with the homeostasis mechanism of the body. Second one is protection. We all know that skin provides protection against abrasions and ultraviolet light. Also, it prevents from the entry of microorganism and dehydration by reducing water loss from the body. So even the outer layer of epidermis is adapted to give such kind of abrasion effect and all. Then there are some specific immune cells that we can see in these layers. There are multiple ways of protection that skin can able to keep. The third point was skin has sensation, right? So sensation, for that purpose, skin has sensory receptors which can detect pain, cold, heat, touch, pressure. So all these sensory receptors are present in the skin. So let's go back to next question. Which of the following give the stratum corneum its structural strength? Option A, melanin. Option B, melanosomes. Option C, keratin. Option D, actin. Second question, answer. You can type the option A, B, C, or D. Okay, 3 people commented. More answers, please. Four people. Shraddhanjali, you can type the answer. If you have some doubts, you can unmute and ask me question. Okay. Yeah, so most of the people are saying C. Uh, some people are saying D, keratin. Sorry, actin. Okay, so what is the correct answer? Let's discuss. So this is question is mainly we will get to learn about 2 points. What is the structural component that is present in stratus corneum that is giving the structural strength to the corneal layer for the total skin. Right. So the correct answer is S, keratin, option C. Most of you have typed the option C because keratin is an exceptionally tough protein and it is mostly abundant in stratus corneum. We have seen when we started that intro session also, the keratinocytes are present in these layers. And this can provide a durable overcoat for the total body surface and so that it can give a protection and protect the deeper inner layers from all these external environment, whatever the things happens. So correct answer is option C. Now we'll go by one option and we'll see what are the things. So first option was melanin. Okay, we know melanin or melanocytes, right? Melanin is the pigment. Melanocytes are the cells contain that pigment. So melanin is a pigment that ranges in color from yellow to brown to black and is produced by special spider-shaped cells called melanocytes. So these cells can abundantly present in the basal layer, stratum basal or stratum germinativa. So depending on the colors, difference in colors, especially our palm is white in color, our outer surface, this surface is more black in color. Depending on different people, there are different colors. It's depending on the presence of this melanin. Option B was melanosomes. So melanosomes are we know melanocytes can produce melanin. And when it, after producing the melanin, it will go and accumulate in a membrane-bound granule. That granules, the membrane-bound granules are called melanosome. Melanosomes where it is melanin is stored or deposited. Okay. So then they will go towards the end of the melanocytes where the spidery arm there it can be taken up by the keratinocyte cell. Next option, the last option was actin. We know that it's a contractile filament present in muscle cells. When we get to know the next skeletal system part, we will learn about this actin specifically, what is the structure, what is the how it able to perform the function and all. So that we can learn more about actin that time. Okay, so next question is option 3 in question 3, in which layer of the skin undergoes a mitotic division? Stratum spinosum, stratum granulosum, stratum corneum, stratum basal. Which layer of skin undergoes a mitotic division? Six 26. Okay, there are D option. There is also B option. Everyone, please. Then we'll discuss the answer. Okay, some people are saying B granulosum. Some people are saying B. Any other option? A, C? Anyone? Okay, let's discuss the answer now. So, question is mitotic division. Which layer of the skin is able to undergo a mitotic division? So, answer is stratum basal. B option is the correct answer because we get to see there are the stem cells present. So, whenever there is some stem cells, we know they can undergo division, right? So, the stratum basal consists of the cuboidal or columnar cells which can undergo mitotic division every 19 days. Right? So, wherever the mitotic division occurs, that will be only in the stratum basal among these 5 layers. So, stratum spinosum, we have seen that it's a layer that Langerhans cells are also found along with the keratinocytes. Then the stratum granulosum is keratinocyte is again present, but to produce waxy lamellar granules to waterproof the skin. It's a protective layer of the keratinocyte present in the granulosum layer. Then stratum corneum consists of cells called squamous cells filled with the hard protein called keratin. Again, these are keratinocytes. Next question is question number 4. Which of the following cell is responsible for helping the body learn and later detect allergens in the skin? So the cells should be have some immune effects. So Sar has mentioned this property of these cells when he said about these cells and in which layer it's present. First he said about this layer, then this cells also consist of this particular cells which can provide some immune function. Option A, conified cells. Option B, fibroblast. Option C, Merkel cells. Option D, Langerhans cells. Any other answer? Please, everyone, comment their answers. Then we'll discuss. So 6 people answered, I guess. More answers. 5 people. Okay. Okay, then let's discuss. So correct answer is yes, it's Langerhans cell. Option D. They are the immune cells found in the epidermis, and we just get to see they are present in the above question also we discussed, right? It is present in stratum spinosum. And they are responsible for this immune function to learn and later recognize new allergens and respond. So then option A was conified cells. It's a shingle-like dead cell remnants completely filled with keratin and are referred to as hornified or horny cells. Then fibroblasts are the cells that can produce and deposit collagen and other elements of the dermis as required for the growth to repair wounds. So whenever fibroblast is there, we know they have this structural, they can deposit collagen materials. So if our cells undergo some wound or something happened, then these are the cells which can produce collagen so that they can go and start the healing process there. C was the Merkel cells. So Merkel cells are found in the basal layer of the epidermis, which is the stratum germinativum or basal cell. So their function is basically they can form some sensory structures. Next question is, which major gland of the skin produces a secretion that is mostly water with few salt? Option A, lacrimal gland. Option B, eccrine gland. Option C, sebaceous gland. Sorry, option D, ceruminous gland. What is the correct answer? Varshida answered. Is other secretion that is mostly water with few salt, which is a gland that can produce that. So everyone is saying option C. Let's see what is the correct answer. So correct answer is not option C. It's B, eccrine gland. So eccrine gland secretes sweat. Sebaceous gland secretes sebum, right? Sweat glands are the mostly its releases 99% of sweat glands are water, but only 1% will be salt and fats. So there are different types of sweat glands also. Then the first option was lacrimal gland. Lacrimal gland can secrete tears. So whenever there is something sadness or we cry, right? The crying by spread like by spreading tears. So tears is come out of lacrimal glands. So they can moisten, lubricate, and protect the surface of the eye. So it's a protective role of tears actually. But it can come when we are sad also. Then sebaceous glands. So is crying is good? Yes, it is good. It can give the usual function of tears is obviously to give the protective nature to the skin, to the eyes. Next option was sebaceous gland. So most of you said sebaceous gland is the correct answer. As you said, yes, sebaceous glands can produce sebum. They are found all over the body except our palms and soles. Here there is no sebum. Sebaceous glands are present. So these glands empty via ducts into the bases of hair follicles and secrete sebum. So now the important question is, what are the components of sebum, right? They consist of waxes, fats, and hydrocarbon. There is no water. That's why sebum is thick. It's if you're checking the viscosity, sebum is very viscous, right? Not compared to the sweat. Sweat most amount is water. Only 1% is salt. Then the last option was ceruminous gland. So ceruminous gland can secrete cerumen or earwax, a sticky substance that is thought to repel the foreign material. So whenever if something is entering in our ears, so this earwax is there so that it can trap the foreign material and it also plays a protective role. So yes, we discussed all these question. Now let's go back to next question. Okay. Yeah, we have finished this. Next question is, which of the following is responsible for holding the hair in the hair follicle? Cuticle, option B papilla, option C hair shaft, option D erector pili. The muscles are told about. If you want to, when we discuss, I will again show you the figure of the hair. Holding the hair in the hair follicle, which part is responsible for that? Come on, there is no answers. Okay, papilla. Okay, any other answer? Shaft is option. Okay, any other option or same option? Only two people are replying. Anything what you are thinking, you can just type. Then we'll discuss anyway, right? It's about learning only. So it's fine to say even though we don't know the answer. So everyone is saying villa mostly. Some option is there, shaft also. Yeah, so let's see the answer. So what is the correct answer? Option A, which is the cuticle. It is neither papilla nor shaft. Correct answer is cuticle. Cuticle are responsible for holding the hair in the hair follicle. So what is cuticle? It's a hard cortex that is covered by cuticle, which is a single layer of overlapping cells that hold the hair in the hair follicle. Next option was papilla. Now we get to know what is the function of each and every option there. Papilla mainly contain all the blood vessels that supply the nutrition, and it is the nourishing layer, nourishing part of the hair. Next option was shaft. So shaft is the part projecting from the surface or scalp or skin is called shaft. So this is the shaft, right? It's not even a part of hair, it's a part of skin. Sorry. Um, sorry. I'm so totally sorry. So I will. It's the same part of the hair shaft only. So this is the part projecting from the surface of the scalp of the skin. So whatever we can see outside the our projecting from the skin, that is shaft, the part that we can see. Then the last option was erector pili muscle. So sir, when this he told about this part, he specifically mentioned one interesting thing about this muscle. So whenever if you are seeing some movies and there's something interesting happened, so every time our all hairs will be straightened, right? Due to the goosebumps. So goosebumps is mainly occurring due to the erector pili muscles. So why this is happening? They also consist of some small band of smooth muscle. So they connect the hair follicle to the connective tissue of the basement membrane. But to the question, correct answer is cuticle. Okay, option A. So if we have any doubt, we can go back to the hair. Sorry, this one. Right? This is the hair shaft, this much part that we can see. I'm really sorry, I confused with the name. Then the hair follicle is inside that. Follicle is in the dermis part, we can see. Below that, in the hypodermis part, there are, in the dermis part also, there is sebaceous gland around this. And also the muscle connecting erector muscle is also in the dermis part. So goosebump activity is due to the muscle present here. Then the hair bulb, which is originating point of hair is from basically from the hypodermis. Yes. So next question. It is a specialized form of epidermis that is found over the base of the nails of the fingers. So over the base of the nails of the fingers, what is that specific part? Lunula, hyponychium, eponychium, or cuticle free edge? What is the correct answer? Everyone is saying option A, lunula. Okay. If you guys have any question or any doubts while clearing the session, and if I am saying some wrong thing also, please correct me, okay? Okay, everyone is saying option A. Let's discuss the answer, okay? Yes. Correct answer is option C, which is the cuticle. So it's a layer of epithelium that overlaps and covers the edge of the nail body. And it also helps to prevent the infection of the underlying tissues. I will show the figure again. So 1 minute. Yes, here. You can see, right? This is the free edge. This is the nail bed. This is the lunula, and this is the cuticle. So the question was, uh, what is the question? Yes. Form of epidermis that is found over the base of the nail of the fingers. So definitely that is, you can see here, right? Base of the finger. Lunula is here. Below the lunula, there is cuticle. Yeah. So let's discuss the other options and their answers. So cuticle we discussed. Cuticle is the correct answer. Option A was lunula. What is lunula? This part, the whitish pale part, right? The whitish or pale hemispheric portion of the nail body arcing upward from the cuticle or eponychium is lunula. V hyponychium is the area of epithelium, particularly the thickened portion underlying the free edge. Yes. Then free edge, which is the edge, right? So that's now the again back to question. The transitional stage in the hair growth cycle is. Oh, you have seen the answer, I guess, but yeah, it's fine. You can type the answer. It's a extra question. We have not seen this question in the classroom, but yeah, we'll learn anyway. The transitional stage in the hair growth cycle is. What is the correct answer? Now I am discussing correct fourth question. Then we'll go back to third question. Okay, third question, there is no need of explanation because we have already seen the layers. So now we are talking about fourth extra syllabus question. Okay, everyone is saying option C. No, there is option catagen also. Everyone is saying it's a stage. Remember, it's a stage. Collagen is we saw it's a structural protein that is secreted by fibroblast. So it's a transitional stage they are asking. Yes, let's discuss the answer. So correct answer is S, catagen. Why catagen? It's the transitional stage which growth stops and the outer root sheath shrinks and attaches to the root of the hair. So the other phases, anagen is the active phase of the hair, telogen is the resting phase. Okay, so there are three phases: catagen, transitional stage, anagen, active phase, and telogen is the resting phase. We know collagen, it's a structural protein which is most abundantly present in our body. Now go back to third question. Yeah, now you can answer the type the answers of third question. What is the correct order of layers of epidermis from the deepest to most superficial? Okay, this answer was C. Oh, okay, okay. Then it's fine. Any doubt? Then we'll go back again to the figure that we have added. Where is the layers? Yes. Deepest is basal, followed by spinosum, followed by granulosum, followed by lucidium, followed by cornea. Okay. So basal, spinosum, granulosum, lucidium, cornea. Now, yeah. Basal, spinosum, granulosum, lucidium, cornea. It's they have write it from the deepest, right? So definitely there is only one option starting with the basal, right? So superficial layer is the cornea. That is the correct option. So you can figure out even by checking out, like dropping out the option also. So let's go back to next question. So again, some more question. People with albinism have a defect in tyrosinase. It's an enzyme. It's a oxidase, mainly help to control the skin pigment production. In what epidermal layer is tyrosinase active? Skin pigment production. So you can relate to that and say the answer. Lucidium, B basal, B C granulosum, D spinosum. Which layer is active layer that is uh, with this that can control the skin pigment production, which means it must have be having pigment producing protein which is embedded in protein that cells. So which layer? Aruna replied, okay. Others, please. Only one answer. Come on, everybody. Charumati replied. We have a lot of questions. Come on, fast. It's already 6:48. We have 1 hour 15 minutes more. Option C is the answer. Okay, let's see the answer. Answer is stratum basal. Why? So the question was the layer is tyrosinase active. So that's why sometimes we get questions that confuses us with. That's why I also read the question like that in a tricky way. We go for skin pigment production, but the uh, correct question was what epidermal layer the tyrosinase is active, right? So tyrosinase is active in option B, which is the stratum basal layer. Okay. So next question is, it's not granulose. Which of the following statement about epidermal layer is true? You can pick up the correct statement from that. Option A, Langerhans cells found in layer 2. Option B, layer 1 is held together by desmosome. Option C, layer 3 divides most quickly. Option D, layer 3 is deeper than layer 1. Which is the correct? Which is the correct option? Come on. Option A, B, C, or D? Okay. Varshida replied. Aruna Kumari. Everyone is saying option A. Why? Why? Any? So we can like discuss just the other option, right? What is wrong in that? Where is desmosome found? Okay, let's go back. So correct option is definitely Langerhans cells found in the layer 2. Layer 2. What is the name of layer 2? S. Which is the layer? It's spinosome, right? Yes, good. So that is found in the layer 2 and layer 1 is held together by desmosome. Is it correct? No, right? Which layer is connected together by spinosome? Sorry, desmosome. I have written in that figure also. 1 minute. Again, we'll see. Yes. So again, spinosome is the contain the consisting of keratinocytes are held together by desmosome. So that is also spinosome. Now, so that is also wrong. Now, layer 1 divides most quickly. We already discussed because stem cells are found in the layer 1, basal layer. Option D, layer 3 is deeper than layer 1. We know what is the deepest layer in epidermis. That is definitely stratum basal, right? D, layer 3 is not deeper than layer 1. So that is definitely wrong. Now, next question is which of the following is not a feature of stratum granulosum? So option A contain keratohyalin granules. Option B 3 to 5 layers of cells present. Option C cytokeratin is produced. Option D secrete a lipid waterproof layer. Which is not true about stratum granulosum or not a feature of granulosum? Answers option D. Okay. Only Bisu replied. Others, answers please. Which is not a feature of stratum granulosum? Option C. Option B. Okay. Okay, let's see. What is the correct answer? Correct answer is option C. So option C is cytokeratin is produced. No, it's not produced from the granulosome. Yes. So next question is which structures contain connective tissue, blood vessel, and nerve? Is it papillary dermis only, papillary and reticular dermis, epidermis, papillary dermis, reticular dermis? Option D, reticular dermis. Okay. Yeah, everyone is answering fast to this question. Yes, correct answer is option B because it's papillary and reticular dermis.
Okay.
Remember? Sorry. Did Charimati said something?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
Oh, okay. So the correct answer is definitely papillary and reticular dermis because we have seen, right? All the nerve vessels, everything originate from the subcutaneous layer or the hypodermis, and they are present in both the derminal layers, which are papillary and reticular dermis, but it's not going to the epidermis. So correct answer is definitely option B. So now next question is, the phenomenon known as goosebump is often combined with shivering to reduce heat loss. What integumentary layer is most directly related to this reflex? It's not about the cells, it's about which layer. So we should able to produce the erector pilae muscle, or that muscle where it is present in which part of the um, which associated part of the layer of the skin. Epidermis, hypodermis, papillary dermis, or reticular dermis. What is the correct answer? Any option? Saying B, papillary dermis. Okay. Okay, let's discuss the answer. Yes, correct answer is not papillary, it's reticular. So what integumentary layer is most directly related to this reflex, right? So we can see the figure again. It's present going like this. So this much part is the papillary, then this is the reticular dermis, right? So the originating of the goosebumps is originated from the base, right? So this part. So that's why correct option is the reticular dermis. Now next question is, yes. Which of the following is a part of integumentary system? Option A skin, option B brain, option C spinal cord, option D kidney. Come on, it's a very easy question. Everyone please answer. What are the other two that we learned along with the skin? Skin and two more we learned, right? Integumentary system. Yes, nails and hairs. Good. So skin is definitely the correct answer. Next question is, which of the following is lowermost layer of the skin? From the option, germinativum, spinosum, granulosum, cornea. Yes, that is also simple, easy, because we discussed this much question and multiple time we have seen what is the correct answer. Deepest layer of epidermis or lowermost layer of the epidermis, whatever. Yes, correct answer is germinativum, which is also known as basal layer. Next question is, metabolism of these two molecules in your body is linked with the sunlight. Calcium and magnesium, magnesium and iron, iron and vitamin D, or vitamin D and calcium. Yes, correct answer is option D. So let's go back to now next some more question. Then we will go through next part of the session. The skin is considered to be an organ because it dash. Option A comprises the largest part of the body. Option B is made up of epithelial tissue and connective tissue. Option C has multiple functions ranging from physical protection to homeostasis. What is the correct answer? Please. A, C, B. So we saw, right? What is the level of organization? Cell, tissue, tissues comes together to form organ, organ to form organ system. Options are correct, but doesn't mean that we need to pick up the correct answer which is suitable to the question. Skin is considered to be organ because it's definitely It's an organ because it's made up of different types of tissues, right? So correct answer is option B. It's made up of epithelial tissue and connective tissue, right? Option A is correct, but doesn't mean that because skin is the largest part, that's why we call skin as an organ, right? Because skin is made up of multiple different types of tissue, that's why we consider skin as an organ. So correct answer is option B. Okay, so don't get confused. Just pick up the correct option to the question. Next question is, when we look at our fingers, we can see fingerprint. Which of the following layers of the skin are we looking at in order to see the fingerprint? Option A, papillary layer of the dermis. Option B, stratum corneum of the epidermis. Or option C, reticular layer of the dermis. The fingerprint, the ridges, where it's coming from. Visu replied. Kamlesh sir replied. Ananya replied. Okay, so this is an interesting question, but the correct answer is it's a papillary layer of the dermis. Wherever we are looking at the fingerprint is, that is actually from the papillary layer of the dermis. Okay. So next question is, which of the following layer is the thickest of the cutaneous layer? Thickest. Stratum corneum, papillary layer, reticular layer. Thickest part. So answers are coming. Please answers. Kindly explain second question. Okay, I can explain. So I have not added the explanation, but now I will explain discuss the answer. Then if you want, I can see take some images and show you in the next week if you remain me. Okay. So why it's the fingerprints are from the papillary layer of the dermis is the confusion part. And the other layers are stratum corneum and reticular layer, right? Let's I will try to find out something now also then. Yeah. Then I will add, I can show at this time. So there is no images I can found, but mm, there is one image. I can show this. Yeah, 1 minute I'm adding, okay? So can you see this figure? Who asked me the question? Yeah, Aruna. So this is why. So basically it's originating from the papillary layer of the dermis. Then it's go ahead. So if someone is asking which layer is responsible for the fingerprint, It's definitely the ridges formed from the papillary layer of the dermis. Look at this image. Okay. So that is the correct answer. Yeah, let's go back to questions. What is the thickest layer was the last question that we discussed. So I'm removing this. So what is the thickest layer? Oh, sorry. Answer is there. Yeah, what is the thickest layer among these three? Stratum, conium, papillary, and reticular. From the image, if you're remembering itself, we can see that, right? The thickest part is the reticular layer. So yes, it's correct. So many people replied it's a reticular layer in the chat box. Yes, it's correct. Which layer of the integument provides most insulation? Which layer is responsible, provides most insulation? That is a question. Option A, epidermis, B, dermis, C, hypodermis. Most insulation. Fourth question, answers please. No one knows? Are you guys there? Any option is fine. Anyway, we'll discuss the answer. Which layer of the integument provides most insulation? Okay, if no answers, we'll anyway discuss the answer. The correct answer is option C, right? Why? It's a hypodermis. So epidermis, dermis, hypodermis. So hypodermis is definitely the innermost layer, right? And that will be providing the most insulation. So next question is, which of the following is also known as superficial fascia? This is another name of one of these layers. It has three names. Two names we already discussed. This name I have not said because I know that this question is there. So one of this layer has three names. So which is that layer? Hello guys. Oh sorry, there was answers. It's my mistake. Yes, correct. Hypodermis. Yes. What is the other name of hypodermis? I told na there are three names. One is superficial fascia, one is hypodermis, one is the other one is anyone? Anyone know the answer? Yes, good, Aruna. Correct answer is subcutaneous. Yes, very good. So let's go to the next session. Now I hope you guys understand to solve multiple questions from this part, especially the integumentary system. Now there is the one part that is missed. Like sir did not talk about much about the different types of glands, but there are, you can see in the assignment questions and all, you can see multiple types of questions from the glands. So we will solve this session also, then we'll go back to the next session. Which of the following gland is most directly involved in actin formation? Apocrine, eccrine, option C, sebaceous gland. Which is the correct answer? Yes, all of you are correct. Option C is the correct answer. Sebaceous gland, which produces sebum. That's why we get the acne. Which of the following glands produce earwax? This we discussed in one of the options. If you guys remember, please. Yeah, good. So everyone is listening. Yes, correct answer is ceruminous gland. Ceruminous gland produce cerumen or earwax. Okay. Now the skin allows us to sweat, thereby cooling the body. Which of the following gland is responsible for this cooling process? Apocrine, ceruminous or eccrine? Cooling effect. Okay, everyone is saying option C. Everyone is so good in these gland questions. Yes, correct answer is eccrine. Now, which of the following gland produces the substance that helps to lubricate the skin and prevent it from becoming dry? It's the most abundant gland present in our skin. It can be present in most of the part of the skin. Question number 4 we are discussing. Okay. Okay. So this question people asked out. Okay. Correct answer is fourth question C. Right? It's C, sebaceous gland only, because we know, right, the sebum will be produced and that help us to lubricate the skin. 5. Which of the following gland produces substance which has an odor to it during nursing, stress, or sexual excitement? This is also a type of one specific gland, subclassification of that gland. Eccrine is also subclassification of that gland. This is the other subclassification. I gave some clues. Yeah, Charumati replied, Ananya replied. Others, please. Okay. Anyway, I know you guys saw the answer. It is apocrine gland. So apocrine and eccrine are, any idea what is that? That are two types of sweat gland. Okay. So eccrine gland are the most common gland, and they are mostly numerous of the palms of the skin and soles of the feet. But sebaceous gland are not present in the palms of the hand and soles of the feet. Apocrine glands are common, especially in arms and groin area. So especially the sweat glands and the odor too of the sweat, everything is because of the apocrine gland. Okay. And they are the reason behind the question, last question, right? Emotional stress, anxiety, everything can be also as a result of apocrine. Next part was skeletal system. So lecture 4 and 5 were basically was the initial part of skeletal system. So in the fourth lecture, we get to know how skeleton is developed, what is the process of skeleton formation or the formation of process of development of bones. It's osteogenesis. What is ossification? There are two types of formation that can occur. Two subways are there. Then there is multiple physical properties. We also saw there are different types of cartilage growth, interstitial growth, and aposternal growth, right? So I have also made a table so that it will be easier for you to correlate what is interstitial and appositional growth. So if the growth occurs through the addition of new cells within the existing tissue, that is called as interstitial. But for appositional, the name itself indicates, right? Addition of new cells to the surface of the tissue. Then what are the tissues involved? Interstitial growth occurs in tissue that have the capacity to divide, which are mostly in cartilage and bone tissue. But positional can occur where there is no property of division capacity, which is such as outer layer of bone tissue and skin. This growth can be happened. Then what is the mechanism of interstitial growth? It's since they have the cells of capacity of division, it occurs by cell division or mitosis. Uh, but oppositional growth, there is no stem cells present, so they involve the differentiation of stem cell present in the tissue. Uh, both of the, it's a growth type of growth, so there is definitely result in an increase in tissue size by addition of new cells. Occurrence, interstitial occurs throughout in life and then essential for maintenance. Oppositional occurs during growth and is essential for tissue development. Okay. So in the fifth lecture, we get to see what are the types of cartilage, hyaline cartilage. There are multiple different types of cartilage, and bone formation, how bone formation can occur. There are two types. Either bone can develop from existing mesenchymal stem cells or bone can occurring from the cartilage, right? Because in the 6th week of gestation, if you are checking at the embryo, we can see there is a cartilage skeleton formed. So in that time, how the bone will replaces the cartilage, that is from the different method, right? So either it can develop from the cartilage or either directly from the mesenchymal stem cells. So there are two methods of bone formation. There are multiple function of bones that we get to see. The structure of bones are discussed, especially what are the epiphyses, diaphyses, and the center, how the cells are occurring, different types of um, osteoblast cells, how they are producing osteoblasts are there, and as a unit it's present as osteon. Osteoclasts are the bone resolving, they break the bones, that are called as osteoclasts. So multiple things we have learned in the 5th lecture, right? So now let's go through some questions. Question 1. Bone developed from fibrous membranes and cartilage. Which of the following is the term referring to development of bone from cartilage? Endochondral ossification, intramembranous ossification, periosteal ossification. Yes, answers please. Option A. Okay. So everyone know the correct answer is endochondral. What is intramembranous ossification? Any idea? What is intramembranous ossification? It's a two types, right? One is endochondral, one is intramembranous. So endochondral, you guys are saying it's the term referring to the development of bone from cartilage. Then what is the next option? Intramembranous. Okay, let's see a figure. Right? So endochondral is highly organized transformation of cartilage to bone, occurs at the primary and secondary ossification centers. All tubular and flat bone, vertebrae, base of the skull, everything is developed by endochondral ossification. So it will develop, contributes to increase in bone length. Intramembranous is appositional periosteal bone formation. So cortex of tubular and flat bone, bones of the skull, facial bone, everything comes under the intramembranous. Okay, smooth cells are adding to the surface of the thing. We saw what is appositional, right? Yes, so that is the we have seen. Correct answer is option A. Correct. Marrow cavity of bones will form during development. What cells are responsible for carving out or forming of marrow cavity? Osteoblast, osteoclast, or osteocytes, which is responsible for the marrow cavity. Aruna saying option A. Okay. Others, please. Are you sure? It's about forming marrow cavity. Osteocytes also option is coming. Okay. Okay, so let's discuss. The correct answer is not osteoblast, not osteocytes, but it is osteoclast. Why? Because we said osteoclasts are the bone breaking. So actually osteoblasts develop the bone formation. After forming everything, then the osteoclast will come to play a role and will form the resorption. Wherever bone there is a cavity means there should be some role played by osteoclast. So cavity is formed by the activity of osteoclast. Next question. During the embryonic stages, cartilage is a precursor to many bone. What cells are required to cause the differentiation of cartilage to bone? So in the endochondral ossification, what are the cells that are playing a role from the conversion of cartilage to bone? That is the question. Option A, osteoblast. Option B, osteoclast. Option C, osteocytes. Only Aruna replied. Charumati. Okay. Others, please. Matrudatta. Okay. Ananya. Yes, correct answer is osteoblast. Osteoblast will form at the so osteoblast is found in which layer? Periosteum, right? From there, it actually convert the formation of when it is cartilage, there was activity of hypernutrition, and when it loses the activity of hypernutrition, what it become? Then actually the our osteoblast play a major role. Osteoblast will invert there, will develop, and will do the multiple process, and finally the complete skeleton formation can happen. Okay, so osteoblast is the correct answer. Next. Comback bone is made of concentric rings of osteocytes called. What is the comback made of concentric rings of osteocytes? Option A, lacunae. Option B, osteon. Option C, canaliculi. Any answers? Okay. Option C is there. Okay. Any other answer? Option B is there. I guess in next class, sir will more tell us about the total units of. That time we can again understand it more. But yeah, anyway, this question is here, so we'll see what is the correct time. Okay, so let's discuss. It's the correct answer is option B. So what is the unit of actual this bone structural unit is osteon. Osteons are the arranged in the concentric ring. Inside of osteon, we can see many osteocytes. Okay. So what is the concentric ring name? It's definitely osteons. But it's a structural unit. Osteocytes of bone are arranged in concentric rings called. Again, the same answer, right? We don't need to discuss more. Wherever the concentric ring, please remember that is osteons. Question 3. Osteocytes are stationary cells that sit in depression in the lamellae. Okay, so osteocytes are present inside the osteon and it is present in a cavity, in a depression. That cavity's name is lamellae. Okay, that depression is called. So inside the lamellae, the osteo comprises of osteocytes sitting inside this depression comprises of lamellae. So that depression name is cavity. Yes, correct answer is lacunae only. That cavity is called as lacunae. Since osteocytes are stationary cells, they have to receive their nutrients via. Osteocytes cannot move. So something needs to give nutrients supply to the osteocyte, then only they can live there, right? So what is that channel that can provide nutrients to osteocyte? Yes, good. That is the canaliculi. So canaliculi are the channels that can provide nutrition to the osteocyte. The end of long bones are called epiphysis, metaphysis, diaphysis. In the figure, when Sad drew, he clearly represented that part when he drew it in the board. End of long bone. Yes. Correct answer is option A, epiphysis. Which of the following is the growing line or growth zone or growth plate of the long bone? Epiphysis, metaphysis, diaphysis. Growth plate, where the growth happens. That's why it is known as growth zone. Aruna replied. Yes, correct answer is metaphysis because I can show you the figure again just to remind. Yes, do you remember this figure? So here you can see metaphysis, right? In adult, metaphysis and diaphysis are there, but in children we can clearly see this is the growth plate metaphysis, then this is the diaphysis, and the lower part to the metaphysis is the epiphysis. Yeah, so question. There is a membrane that surrounds the outer covering of bone. The membrane consists of special cells called osteoblast, osteoclast, and osteoprogenitor cells. What is the name of the membrane? I told, I guess, sometime before today. What is the correct answer? That membrane consisting of all these cells. Yeah, correct answer is periosteum. Next question. I'm going to next question. When a bone is injured, the dash cells from the periosteum will repair the bone or rebuild the bone. Rebuilding. Yeah, whenever there is a rebuilding, the answer will be rebuilding of the bone, repairing of the bone. It's not the dissolution or building is done by definitely blast or clast. So the option B is osteoclast, right? Option A is the osteoblast, right? So definitely the answer is osteoblast. It is the option A. Okay. Now, when a bone is broken, it must repair itself. The broken bone stimulate the osteoblast cell to become osteocyte. Where are the osteoblast cells located? That we have already discussed. Where is the osteoblast cells discussed? Option B, right? In the periosteum. Yeah. Right? Because we discussed in the same question here also. Because then that is the same answer in a different way. So where is osteoblast located? It's in the periosteum. Option B. Now let's go to next questions. The long bones of our body, such as humerus and femur, are made of compact bone, periosteum and endosteum. Which of the following represent those bones components in proper sequence going from internal to external? What is the correct option they are asking? You can read the options and just type the answer. Which is the inner layer? Which is the outer layer? Inner layer to outer layer. Just reconnect with the word meaning also. What is peri? What is endo? Yeah. So the correct answer is option A only, right? Because inner is endosteum. External means peri, right? So definitely option. Faisen, do you have any doubt? You have raised your hand. If you have any doubts, you can unmute and ask. Okay, he's not there. Now, the cells that induces this absorption of calcium ions into the bloodstream are bone destroying cells called. We discussed already. What is the bone destroying cells? Dissolving. Ananya. Yeah. Aruna. Matrudatta. Sanjana. Yes, correct answer is osteoclast. Articular cartilage is found where? At the end of epiphysis, on the side of the diaphysis, within the epiphysis. This also sir clearly depicted when he draw that figure on the, he explained this part. He showed there. Yes. So correct answer is at the end of the epiphysis, right? Next question is, one function of bone is to store energy. The type of energy is in the form of glucose, lipids, or ATP. Which one is the correct answer? Option A, glucose. Option B, lipid. Option C, ATP. Pavitra raised hand. Do you have any doubt?
Madam, can you please tell me the answer of second question?
Option B, osteoclast, because it's bone destroying cells, right?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Now we are looking at question number 4. Question number 4. Yes. Correct answer is, what are the option? I have not seen. Sorry. Yeah. So definitely it's in the form of lipids. Bones are considered to be organs because they look again. It's connecting with your first week of class. The question you can expect a lot. So what is the correct answer? 5. I am discussing now question number 5. 2 people answered. 3. Yes, correct answer is option C, because they consist of connective and nervous tissue. Hematopoiesis is a process that occurs in the dash of the bone. Red marrow, yellow marrow, solid portion. Yeah. So everyone know the answer is option A, red marrow, where the formation of hematopoiesis or the blood cells occurs. So next question. This we have discussed, right? Everything? Yes. Bones can grow longer when the cartilage cells in the dash begin to divide. Diaphysis, epiphysis, epiphyseal plate. Option C. Everyone is saying epiphyseal plate. Okay. Let's see the answer. Option 1 is correct. We just now see. So when the cartilage cells in the epiphyseal plate begin to divide, it can become longer. I showed that figure also. So next question, the new cartilage that undergoes division to ultimately be replaced by bone is found in which of the following area? Epiphyseal plate near the diaphysis, epiphyseal plate near the epiphysis, center of the epiphyseal plate. Option B. Which is the correct answer? Correct answer is S. You guys are correct. B. This one. Okay, epiphyseal plate near the epiphysis. Question number 3. Constant wear on a bone can cause more bone tissue to develop on the worn area. This excess development is a type of remodeling due to no answers. Question number 3 answer. Yeah, it's due to. Correct answer is. What is the correct answer? It's just wear on a bone can cause more bone tissue to develop on the bone area. This excess development is a type of remodeling due to whenever there is some stress, then only this wear and tear happen, right? So that is due to stress. When bones remodel, old bone is typically removed. Which of the following cells are most likely to be involved in the removal process? Again, same question. What are the cells that are responsible for removal of the bone cells? I know everyone knows. Ananya replied, yeah. So correct answer is osteoclast. Right? So we discussed this part also. Now we will last session. So we have learned integumentary system and skeletal system. Now we will try to solve some question that are common in both of the system as well as some part that are coming in the first week also. So that you guys will remember there is a flow in all this session. Okay. So first question is which pigment in our body absorb UV rays? Keratin. Chlorophyll, melanin, melatonin, elastin. Yeah. Which is absorbs UV rays. Okay. So this is actually was an option. Sorry. Question is which is responsible for absorbing UV rays? Everyone is so confident saying answer. Yes, B. Because it's a pigment that produces pigmentation, color to skin as well as which is can absorb UV rays also. Not only it can absorb, it gives a protection. Metabolism of which of these molecule in our body is directly linked with the sunlight? Easy question, please suddenly answers. Okay, 3 people answered. Come on. Yes, correct answer is option D. Going to the next question. So, what is the source of that vitamin D? It is the cholecalciferol, which is present in the lower layers of epidermis. And through a photochemical reaction of UVB light from the sun exposure or UVB lamps. So, correct answer is vitamin D is. Question 3. The appendage that connect muscle to bone are called ligament, tendon, cartilage, nephron. What is the correct answer? Bone to muscle. Muscle to bone. Some people are saying tendon, some people are saying ligament. What is the correct answer? So, muscle to bone is always tendon. Okay. Bone to bone. Next question is bone to bone. What is bone to bone? Since there was a confusion, muscle to bone is if it is tendon, bone to bone will be Good. Bone to bone will be definitely ligaments. Which of the following categories does stomach belong to? Is it a cell, tissue, organ, or organ system? Simple questions. Stomach. Only one answer came. Why is it too simple? Yeah, it's organ. Correct. I think my net is little bit slow. Next question is, which of the following is not a muscle type? Skeletal muscle, cardiac muscle, smooth muscle, rough muscle. Yes. Correct answer is option D. Next is, human hair is mostly made up of carbohydrate, lipid, fats, or protein. This is same simple question. Yeah, we have seen, right? It's a integumentary system that is made up of protein. Next question is, what is the basic unit of life? Look, very simple question. Yes, correct answer is cell. You don't need to discuss it anymore. Plasma membrane is a dash. Sulfated monolayer, phospholipid bilayer, rigid structure, red colored structure. Yes, everyone is correct. It's a phospholipid bilayer. That's why I am not giving time to explain also, okay? These are easy question that we already know. Which of the following joints allow movement in multiple planes? Ball and socket joint, hinge joint, pivot joint, and hip joint, none of the above. Multiple plane. Multiple plane. Yes, correct answer is option A, ball and socket joint. Where it is found? Any places? You know about the ball and socket joint location? Good, Ananya. Yes. I can rotate, I can go like this, right? It's because of there are two bones. The distal bone is capable of motion, and so one bone is connected to that. So the distal bone is capable of motion. That's why we can move it in a number of different axes. Okay, so there is today's session is, we have discussed a lot of questions, right? I hope you guys understand it was useful for you. If any doubt, you guys can ask me. Then we'll see in the next Friday with the discussion session of the third week. Okay? If no doubt is there. If any doubt is there, I will stay.
Ma'am, good evening, ma'am. This is Geeta.
Hi, Geeta.
Hi, ma'am. Actually, I missed that due to unavoidable situations, like I could miss your classes. Ma'am, one more thing, I have forgotten my username and password in NPTEL. So I'm not able to log in.
So there is an option, right? The forgot password. So
Huh.
did you?
Username also, my email ID, it is not taking, ma'am.
Okay. So you can send a mail from your registered mail ID if it's accessible to that
Huh.
NPTEL. There is a people communicating with you, right? So they will reply what is the problem. So just send a mail regarding the problem.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. The username will be our email ID, no, ma'am?
Yeah, it is the email ID. So when you go to the sign in with Google option, if you are registered from that mail ID, it automatically log in, right? Then you don't need
Yeah,
to
yeah.
register every time your username and password.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, okay. So, one Geeta, so there is an
Yes, ma'am.
option username and password, but if you're going to the Google, if your
Yeah.
mail ID is Gmail, you can directly go to Google, and if you are logged in at least once, it will directly auto connect. You don't need to give your password again.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So go to the sign in with Google option, then you can go to the courses,
Ah,
assignment, everything will be available there.
okay, okay, ma'am. Assignments to be submitted by 7th, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah. Please submit it before the deadline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, guys. Nice to meet you. See you next week. Okay, ma'am, can we get the PDF of question discussed today? Yeah, so there is a session you guys have noticed in the course session. So the extra session, there you can see the link of all these. I am uploading the Google Slides, and also so you can get all these recordings. If you have missed the recording of today's session, there also the recording I am uploading. So you can get the recording as well as the Google Slides also from that option. Okay, so it's there. Is that fine? Any other question? Yeah. Thank you. If we won't write this exam now, when can we write again? Okay, so next year, every time this August, this course is there in the NPTL. So this is 12-week course. So then it will be in the next session, like the next August session, July to August, that time. Usually pattern consists of objective, subjective, everything, I guess. So don't worry about exam now. Just listen to the lectures and try to solve different types of assignment question. Then it will be fine. Don't worry. You guys will do great. Yeah. Okay. So can I call it a day? I hope there are no more questions. Okay, guys. Bye. See you in next Friday.